All right, here we go, y'all. This is a conclusion to War with the Natives. Crazy Nick back here, the motherfucking bully. Okay, so I'll tell you a story about being a bully, and y'all see how much of a bully I really am when it comes down to it. All right, so War with the Natives. We're back to the point where I done spared the third individual that I could have hit, remember, with the cooler of beer. We make it up out of the woods. I find my ride, ditch the blade, which I shouldn't have done that close, within 1,000 to 2,000 feet to where this happened. If somebody would have got bodied, they would have came back and found that knife, I feel, eventually. So this is word to anybody who might end up in a scenario like that. Do not leave the weapon anywhere around like I did in this scenario, okay? So we make it up out of this situation, and I go get the tattoo of the dragon on my arm. I only have two. I'm not pulling my sleeve up right now. Go look. It's in my pictures in one of the videos somewhere, thumbnail, okay? So the day I went to get this tattoo was the day after I hit Buddy up and his homie. Now, sometimes I almost forget that I did that to his homie because I really liked him and we was cool. And I guess somewhere in my mind I blocked that out. But I stabbed two people that day. And I don't know, I always looked at that like I just didn't. But I did, man. Like, just because I felt like one of them was just so not, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to hit big dude. I didn't want to hit the big homie like that. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't, man. So, but yeah, I did that to both of them. I let the third one go. So here we go. Ink Lab, South Minneapolis. It's on like Lake Street, which is burnt the fuck down. It probably got burnt down on the riots. But it was on Lake in, man, it was like almost right in Uptown. It was on Lake, maybe like 4 blocks off of Lindale, okay? West. So, back to the 90s, okay? So, I go to get the tattoo of the dragon. A month later, about 30 days later, I go to get the tattoo of the lion. And I'm sitting there, I guess, looking at tattoos on the wall. It's me, my homie Josh. I'm gonna put him in this because he done passed away since. And another scumbag. Josh was a good dude, but I had a scumbag dude with me. He was all right at the time. People go bad, okay? So, scumbag dude was in jail when this shit happened in the woods, so he couldn't be a witness, or not a witness. He couldn't ID nobody. It was dark, remember? There was a little bit of light from the fire, maybe like one flashlight. I really couldn't have never identified this dude again myself, you guys. All right? So I'm like, the door opens, I look over, and I just like feel, it's in my mind, it's on right away. I'm like, I look over. I don't know if it's him for sure though, but I swear it's him, but it was dark, but I really don't know, but I'm on his ass. I'm on his ass, man. I pull the blade out. I got my arm kind of, either the jacket was over my forearm before, or I did this all when he came in that quick. So, I really don't remember how it went, but I basically had a jacket wrapped over my arm and then had like my hand with the knife tucked under. He just couldn't see what was about to happen. He had a female with him. Mind you, I told you he had 2 females with him that night. I couldn't identify her either though. And I looked at my white homie, Josh. I said, hey man, I kind of made my way over. I sat down. Now all 3 of us are sitting in a row. It's maybe like 8, 9 o'clock at night. It seemed kind of late, to be honest with you. So we're all sitting there, and the scumbag, he can't say nothing because he wasn't there. He was in jail. I'm the white homie. I'm like, hey, is that him? And he just knows, like, oh man, he knows whether he green lights him or red lights him, it's gonna be life in prison, potentially. It's gonna be some shit for all of us, man. And I don't know if anybody in the group was gonna break. We were still young. People hadn't been through it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody might have took that to the chin. Obviously, I was gonna have to, because I was gonna be the one that did it. And that's just period. I don't know how much I could have got them up out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one to just confess to shit, you know? So, I'm sure there's cameras in there. They had my ID. They already gave me a tattoo 30 days earlier. I was just done. But I wasn't thinking that. I was so mad. I don't know why I was mad though, you guys. Why would I be mad? Why am I mad at this dude? They came through, started some shit. You got your ass stabbed up. You and your homie. Y'all got embarrassed. You guys had to, you know, you did a little bit of damage, but you had to go away with your tail tucked. I mean, they got beat down in front of their bitches. What more? I guess not even beat down, stab the fuck up. I don't even know if anybody punched them. I didn't. So I can't even say they got beat down, to be real with you. They got stabbed the fuck up in front of their bitches. And what more justice did I need out of that? Why the fuck would I still want to do something to this dude? Mind you, I never even got punched. Nobody even threw a fucking punch at me. The worst thing that happened is he reached behind his back for a pistol on me, and I came behind his back with him, and he didn't have it. So like I said, I had him grabbed. He started calling for his homies. That's when I lit him. The first time in the woods, okay? So now back to the tattoo parlor. A rational thinking person really I shouldn't have wanted to do anything to him. I don't know why. I felt like I needed to kill this dude still. So, and I was gonna get him. I'm not trying to be hard, tough. This was gonna fuck all of our lives off. My homie ended up committing suicide over something that had nothing to do with this. And he was a person that never spoke about committing suicide, ever. Never would have said no shit like that if you asked me. So sometimes the people that are gonna commit suicide are never gonna talk about it. We're not gonna get into suicide right now though, okay? So, but my homie ended up committing suicide way later on, but I was gonna fuck us off right there in the tattoo parlor anyway. He saved us though. I owe him a lot for kind of like, because what he said, he was like, no, that wasn't him. I said, you sure, man? Is that him, bro? Because I couldn't rely, he was there with me. He was my ride. He was what I was trying to find, okay? So I'm like, damn, man, like, was he there? Is that him, bro? Like, and he said, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so the dude's bitch, she knows it's about to go down. He played it super cool. He probably thought it was just some regular hood gangbang shit, and I was on him for some shit like that. Because when he walked out the tattoo parlor, I gave him about 20 feet, and I came out behind him, and he never looked back. He never nodded, he never looked. But I guess back then, yeah, he probably should have just kept, but this is the 90s on Lake Street, so he had a bitch with him. It was 3 of us. But my opinion was that he didn't recognize me because I didn't recognize him. Barely. It was like it was like his aura and his spirit that I had to almost take that I recognized again. Okay, you guys, this shit gets deep. It wasn't necessarily his face or anything. It was his spirit and his aura that set my radar off. That's the only way I can describe it because there was nothing else that I recognized about this guy. So he never looked back. In my opinion, if somebody stabs you 17 times, you're not just going to be able to turn your back and walk away. I'm not. Maybe I could, but I've been through some shit, and we were young back then. I don't think he would have had the nerve back then. He could, remember, he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, so he couldn't have been out of the hospital more than a couple of weeks. He probably just healed up and probably wasn't even fully healed. Yeah, he didn't want the funk in there, but he didn't know I was the same person that hit him. I swear he didn't know. I know he didn't know because he never looked back, man. And when I came back in the tattoo parlor and I sat back down and enough time had gone by, my homie was like, yeah, that was him. No, when we walked out of the tattoo parlor, I think we might have went out to smoke some weed or something in between. And by this time he was gone, because I stayed and got the tattoo. I stayed and got the lion on me. Now, the ironic thing about that is I went and got the dragon, and the dragon means to do one's best. But, because I felt like I dealt with the best I could. Like, I was really trying to be on some cool shit, but the shit escalated. But I went back and got the other one this day where I seen Buddy and got the lion with the, I think they Chinese hieroglyphics, I think that's the word. And it means savage, okay? But honestly, it was the other way around. I was savage in the woods, but I did my best that day in the tattoo parlor. You know what I'm saying? So they're actually paradoxes that were unintentional, but I was actually, the day I did my best was in the tattoo parlor. The day I went savage was actually in the woods, but I got the tattoos for at different times. It was weird, man. So I hope y'all can understand that. He got to walk away from that, never heard, seen him, nothing about it, none of them guys, nothing, you know what I'm saying? I wish them all really the best. Ghost probably been murdered 10 times over by now. I hope Mario's still out here kicking, doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Solid dude, you know what I'm saying? War with the natives, you know what I'm saying? Them boys, they stick together. They rarely leave each other like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they must have, I don't know, man, they was shook. It was going down, and you know what I'm saying? When you're getting stabbed in the back, you don't know where it's coming from and shit, and it's going down like you need to get the fuck up out of there. Natives usually stick together real hard, though. They usually don't let each other go down like that or leave them behind. And this ain't no, like, racial type of beef or no shit like that. You know, we all know what it is here. Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying? St. Paul, I guess, I'm not really a fan of the place, man. But I've lived there a few times and shit. I got some stories. I got some street stories from St. Paul. I got some wild shit from St. Paul, man. I used to fuck shit up in St. Paul, man. We'll get into that. That's a whole nother chapter. That's like a whole nother saga. St. Paul is a whole nother saga, man. Like, that's a whole nother, I don't even know what to call that. That's just a whole nother fucking channel. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out, man. Learn from this shit, man. Sometimes you gotta love your enemy. But if it's a bitch motherfucker like JD, I'm gonna slap the shit out you, man. You ain't getting a pass like the native homies did. You ain't getting that. You ain't no real, man. You ain't no real motherfucker, man. You can't beg dirty weather to get you up out of this, bro. You've been begging dirty. I don't talk to chomos, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to associate with you in any way, shape, or form, bro. You know, before, back when I apologized, like I said, like 5 months ago, when I believed your story before I seen all the holes, bro, you know what I'm saying? That'll never happen again. That'll never. I got you pegged, bro. I know what's up. We all know what's up with Big JD. Let's not, you know, you guys don't lie to yourselves. It is what it is. He's just another convict motherfucking scam artist. Not everybody on here is. There's a few good men on here, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to really do the right thing and shit, you know, but the majority of them see the dollar signs and they're ready to compromise any moral, any standard, anything, man, because this is what they were doing in the joint. This is how they were living in the joint, you know, just scrounging, doing anything they could to get to the next day, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is the image that a lot of people are going to end up having of convicts and shit. But 99% of the time, they are shit. They are garbage. They are JD motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So just know that, you know, you don't bring politics and religion into this beef shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man. Like, I don't know where this dude's getting his shit from, you guys, but I am not coming from any religious stance aside from I'm a man who believes in God. I'm a spiritual individual, but we're not gonna get into all that here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna just, you know, I don't run with any organization as far as like religiously or any gang. So don't get confused on that either. To me, gang members, being a gang member is a low level. Is a low level. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but it's a low level of being a criminal, in my opinion. From the OGs, man, nobody ever tried to get me to join a gang. That's how I know they're fool. So go figure that one, man. I know they're fool. Y'all can be mad at me, but motherfuckers that been there, done that, let me know the real knowledge about what this shit's about. Brainwashing motherfuckers. We're all the same with this gangster criminal shit, aside from the fakes and the frauds like JD's bitch ass. You feel me? So just know that why the fuck are we gonna make life more enemies than we already have out of people with similar interests? When a lot of people do not even have our similar interests, then other people with our similar interests and styles, we make enemies? Come on, man. That's a whole nother subject, though. I'm out, man. Soak this shit up. And your boots better be fucking laced up, god damn it.